Hey, children of the internet, welcome! This is a podcast. It's the ones who ask.
Woo!
Woo! Is that good enough? Or I don't
I
know. Just
don't know.
imagine a new
Does
one
it
each
does it matter?
episode.
Yeah, we
That,
we
that
could do
doesn't
that.
matter.
Till we, I don't really
I
care.
would just like stick to one,
Yeah,
like
I don't
just
really care.
randomly.
I
Yeah,
I really
zero
don't
plan.
care. I'm just
Just
like,
do shit.
yeah, who cares? We do have on this episode like a central question. We want to go over like a philosophical question in a sense. Um where we
Yes.
tackle the idea of like households not being at home in a sense, like people that are in one house always doing something and never being together, um like
Yeah. Family
parents. Yeah,
dynamics.
that would
What the
be.
fuck is going on right now?
Yeah,
Women in the workforce. Dads always have been in the workforce. Children being home with more with nannies and other unknown entities more than ever. It's just really weird, and it's really complicated, and it's really interesting to talk about it. Cause
yeah.
what's going on?
What
What is
is?
going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Question for this episode: what is the effect of integration of all parents in the workforce?
Yeah.
So let's
So
talk.
child,
Yeah.
two parents, doesn't matter who they are, man, woman, like the combination doesn't matter. But it's about like actually in the relationship. If both parents decide to work, how does this affect their family life,
Hmm.
and in turn like affect them?
Yeah.
It's about the big picture stuff, guys.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah,
first
right
talk
up
about
then.
the idea of work
Okay.
because when we say work, we're talking about something that brings income, or are we talking about like people do also do like non-profit shit, and that can also be just work. It's
Yeah,
selfless, but it's still is time dedicated to something else
that's
than the
interesting.
family. Um,
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting thing. Like what I've noticed, like about like a little research I do of people I personally like, and when I
mm,
see them do like non-profit stuff, I usually see that they actually bring their kids with those like activities, which is really nice. Also, because it's for a good cause, and if you're just doing something for a good cause, and like why not bring your children and like show them that world? Like of course, yeah, you need a child that's like a little bit older. That will be work best, of course. But yeah, that I see that people do that a lot.
yeah, but then that dynamic completely is different, right?
Yeah, that
So
works.
yeah, but like that is the thing of integration of work that is
And personal life.
uh like a positive, a net positive.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, like a non-profit organization where you dedicate time on, but this you probably also do outside of your normal work. So that is most of the time, but there are also people that literally do that as their job. Like there are people that,
Yeah. Yeah, as their actual job. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, so there are people that like help uh help neighborhoods and help other like places, or like tree planting stuff
Mm.
with the like that's how they live, and that's how they
Yeah.
finance that, and that might be just their work. And
Oh, you mean like they're how they like cater their whole like they have their whole life figured out like the
don't
non-profit
have
like
to.
also yeah, but like an actual sizable chunk for the non-profit profit also like is for their own care, and then like the rest of it goes to like the rest of the charity what their actual job is.
Maybe my
Yeah,
my
that happens. I see that happen.
I know it happens, but my point is more to understand what we define as work in the circumstances of this, because
Mm,
when we call about when we're talking about no profit, that can be also like even with people that don't have to work for income anymore, but they still spend time doing that. Um, like the idea of how, what is a good analogy of this? Yeah, like Bruce Wayne is really
Mm,
rich, right? The Batman, he's really rich, but the more he embraces the identity of Batman, the more he loses the touch of what Bruce Wayne is, what he is in the other world. So what
mm,
can be also happening, and sometimes when people work, that they lose themselves in their work to the degree that they like literally separate the worlds of uh like they like to work more than being at home, maybe, or they,
oh,
that is
yeah.
also one thing. Like there is the separation of their own reality at some point, that they like there are people that like cheat with their like on their
Oh, yeah.
there was also that, like there are so many things of the idea of work that can separate everything.
Let's get right into the nitty gritty.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
that's right. Yeah, that
in,
does happen. I mean, life is overwhelming, and
of
some people can
course.
only just feel fulfilled in their workplace because they're actually doing something. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sometimes it gets an other component, and then it just gets difficult. But that's the whole thing with like the balancing like work and life. Like a lot of people and a lot of males also just like it's really easy for them like temperamentally just to fucking choose to work like an extra 4 hours a week just to get a specific fucking promotion, and they just fucking lose themselves. But they also just lose a lot of time that they could have spent at home and connecting with
Mm-hmm.
your partner and your child, of course. And yeah, yeah, that's right. That plays right into the big one, the big question.
And there is
But
also, oh, yeah, you go.
yeah, what do you suppose? Like you want to? How would the ideal circumstance like look for you?
For me personally, like
Yeah,
what would be the greatest shit for me?
yeah. Like how much time would you want to spend with your work, like hourly per day?
Oh man,
If
I
you
love being
if like
busy.
anything could, yeah, being busy is good. But
So
how much is too much?
well, here is the thing. When you see you get tired and you get stressed from your work, that's when it's too
Mm,
much. I think there is nothing wrong with working a lot, but when it does something to your head and when does to your mental health, that's when it's a
mm.
problem. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
and like you
And that's
can,
when you need family also.
yeah. Which, oh man, this is what a lot of workplaces do, which annoy me so much. I like, if you do a job that is pretty boring and
Mm.
pretty straightforward, but like they don't want you to put on headphones or
Oh
man,
yeah,
like
that's the worst. I guess
I
if I
know,
just can't listen to my
yeah,
podcast or listen to my music, ah.
but that's actual torture. Like that's like, to me, when I have that, I just like look at that, like I did a job like sorting mail, and at that location, like for a longest time I could listen to music and listen to podcasts, and at one point they like changed a manager, and then like
Oh
he
yeah,
was like, no, you can't listen to music. Like in a week
just
I
because he's tyrannical,
yeah,
like
yeah,
that's the whole
yeah.
reason.
In a week, I went away. I just went like I dropped everything and I went off like in like week or two. Like I remember with my girlfriend we were talking about it, and she was like, "Yeah, this is like really doing a lot to your psyche." And I was like, "Yes, it does," because it bothers me because I'm literally wasting time while I can like listen to something, while I
Yeah,
learn a
learn shit.
lot,
Yeah, exactly.
while I'm just listening to podcasts that teach me a lot or learn me a lot, but and and then a guy comes with like some weird ass sense of power and he needs to act it on you for some reason, and like when you tell them like nobody was saying to me anything about this, why is it a problem when you come and do it? It's like, no, it's in our company's policies. And it's like, okay, well,
Oh,
that's annoying. And it's like, yeah, That's how we
You
work.
agreed to
And
this.
yeah, but like I really don't want to listen to your radio, and it's really annoying. And it's like, no, well, yeah, that's how it works. Most people want to listen to the radio, and it's like,
That's how they get you, man.
oh
That's how they get you.
my,
Just having the radio on
oh
24/7 at your workplace. That's how they fucking brainwash you, bro. No.
yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't listen to radio. My brain just goes numb. It instantly goes numb. It just goes like, oh wow, this is torture. This is torture. This is torture. This is torture. This is torture.
I don't want to listen to the newest Justin Bieber track like for a fifth time in a row,
It
please.
was Ed Sheeran at that time.
Yeah, Ed
I have
Sheeran's
nothing against Ed Sheeran.
dominating.
He is
Hey, he's
a
a good
great
artist.
artist.
Yeah.
But if you listen to a song more than 100 times, you get over it. You're kind of done with it.
Hey,
Like,
listen,
really.
like I looked at my fucking Spotify rap this year, and I listened to Vicarious Tool like 112 times this year. So I mean, come on. So some songs like can be played like above 100 times, and it'd just be like
I listened
the
to
greatest shit ever.
Kendrick for what was it? Spotify statistics told me some stuff. Listened to Kendrick so much. I was like 0.5% of the listeners of Kendrick.
Yeah, I had that last year as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was dope.
But where I want to get back to is like that stress of at work, of not enjoying that, and radio just like feeling numb and getting angered because first you get attacked because something changed in the company, and it really took your freedom away of like actually learning stuff. And then it's like you have to listen to radio, what just numbs my brain. I just literally get stunted, and I won't do much more work because it literally stunts me, and like I'll be really like more slow. And then you get over your head like
Oh.
they then you see like, oh, like you don't work as efficiently as early as
As you
earlier.
used to,
So
yeah.
so
Motherfucker, what's
what
up?
happened? And it's like, yeah, well, I can listen to my music, but like, yeah, policies, okay,
What do you
yeah.
want from me?
What do you want from me? And
Give me
and
my fucking earphone
and that
jack.
stress just then comes also with you when you go home, and that problem then also like doesn't evaporate at once because you still have to live with like
Oh
maniacal
shit, they
tasks.
react out of
Exactly. So that
family.
also works. Like that's
It
also
does.
like it's crazy, but like
Yeah,
that's
human bullshit. Oh.
man, it's so fucked because every time I think about that, like I remember just like at that moment I was like, wow, I really don't want to do this job, but I do need some income. Imagine if I never had the choice to just like if like I'm really smart with my money, so if I have always the space just to say no, I'm not gonna work. I always
for
have
you.
that
Empowerment.
space. Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
fuck yeah.
always
Go
have
get a
the
queen.
I always have the skill to just say I'm not gonna work this job. Goodbye. No.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Like I have that ability, and I'm really grateful that my mind has the tools to be like have that safety, and also my environment creating that opportunity for me because
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it anymore. But the people that do have to think about, man, man.
Yeah, people living to like paycheck from paycheck.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I would
they have to pay
hate
bills.
that. I would
Yeah,
really
that's fucked
hate
up.
that. Like that little dopamine you get when you get your paycheck, and then like for the rest of your life you just get addicted to that idea, but you don't
Yeah,
understand
that's
how it all works.
that's how the fucking governments like get you, man. Like being real honest. If you get inside like a loop like that, that's how you like become stuck,
Yeah,
and
I
you're
would.
forced to do like things you don't like really enjoy.
Yeah, but that's how your life gets the effect most because everybody's in that. Everybody has that. Everybody
Yeah.
has somebody
Yeah,
in
of
their
course.
family that does that, and the problem with that is like at some point you just think like, how much of your life did you really live? Because when I think
Yeah.
about those moments when I was listening to the podcast, I was living. I was learning so much,
You were doing
so
shit.
so much
Yeah.
cool stuff. Like I was just doing something maniacal and like just really easy in the background, but it gave me money while I did it, and I was listening to really
Yeah,
cool
you were
stuff.
spending your time valuably.
Exactly. Yeah, and like at some point you just think like we can do that. We have the ability to.
Yeah, as
Why?
much as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
why did a company just have to say no? Like you can't do it. I was just like, does it? Did it really matter at that point if I had like, even if I had like one earplug in, would it have mattered? I'm just like, it wouldn't have changed anything. I was like, the only reason you can't put your uh like earplugs in or your headphone on is because then you communicate uh like not
Yeah, yeah,
fast enough. You
yeah,
don't
exactly.
you're not a functioning, like you're not a fast cog in a machine. You're not fast enough. Your communication is like not that fast, but you don't need that much communication when you're sorting post because you literally have like a desk, you have
Yeah.
post, you have like a list of how many mails you have to like sort, and like the mails are all already like separated in different boxes that you can pull to your desk, and you just get that mail and then sort it out, and you can just pull it on. You don't have to like interact with anybody actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just like, what the like the only reason they actually gave me that I like found semi valid was like in case of emergencies that you can hear it, right? Like an alarm or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. If you like listen to fucking Skrillex on max
I'm
volume,
just
yeah, of course.
I'm just like like oh man, that's so stupid. Just like I can just put one earplug in and not even have the volume high up, and I am already content. But that was still an issue for them. Like at some point, people just want to like do stuff just because they were said to do that they have to do that certain thing.
Yes.
Like
That's totally
when
true, dude.
people need to understand context. Like people just want to like on people see black and white, and I see like how does that make sense? That makes no sense. If you see a rule that must be applied, understand why that rule stands there, and then understand why it didn't fucking matter if I had my earplugs in.
Yeah, that's funny because like people in those like fucking like leadership positions, they also do have kind of like a culture about like being a necessary evil and actually be a little bit tyrannical just to they acknowledge they have power and control over people so they can work like more efficient themselves.
I get
And
that.
yeah, I totally get them too, but yeah, you just gotta be, if you have like just a little bit of realism, then everybody could be happy and just do their thing.
Yep.
And when they're more happy, they can do their job actually more efficiently.
Yeah.
And that's how you would want it to be, wouldn't you?
Like you know what I remembered? Like time like went really fast when I was listening to the podcast, and like I wasn't even like noticing it. Like it was like it felt like 10 minutes, even if I worked like for 4 hours or 6 hours.
Which is a form of you becoming efficient at your
Yeah,
work at the same time, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then like when the music stopped, it was like, oh, only 10 minutes went by. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah,
Holy
exactly.
shit.
And then you just start to fucking count every second, every minute, and you're just like, fuck, time is going this slow, and
Yeah,
then you
when
just
you're
want to
aware
blow
of
your
time
head
that
off.
fucks with you. Like when you're really
Yeah,
aware of time that fucks with you. But if you like have something to like occupy your brain with, then it doesn't matter. But I have a brain that needs to be occupied.
yeah. I also had that when I was like working as a stocking boy, and that's all they like they let me do. I wanted to do like other stuff in the
Like in a
store, but I
supermarket stocking?
yeah,
Ah,
stocking,
okay,
and that was
yeah.
so boring. And like the only days that I actually worked the hardest and had the most like fun is when I was actually communicating with like other coworkers doing the same stuff. And like every time I just didn't have that, it was just torture. And they would all say to me, "Mike, you're so slow," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm perfectionistic. My bad." And I'm also just not engaged because I'm fucking have no one to talk to for like a solid 2 hours every single time, and then 4 hours also sometimes. And it's just horrible, dude. How can you
Mhm,
live like this? Like,
yeah.
please. And
I
like,
think
and that was the same shit. I couldn't have any earphones or nothing.
yeah. I think my favorite job, like I also worked at a car wash, but like the car wash was really easy because I could just read stuff. I could just like listen to stuff. Like I couldn't really
Mm,
listen to stuff, but I could read stuff. If that makes sense. Like I had a
that's
lot of
great.
downtime, so I could
Yeah.
like read something. And when I didn't have downtime, like time still went by fast because it was like really like you need to be really like you need to pay attention uh to your job, so not to like do it bad. But I got to the point where I could do everything without thinking, so it didn't engage me enough. And then I asked my like manager to like engage me. Like I told him like, hey, I am willing to learn, please like give me
Give me
harder
something.
stuff, right? And then
Yeah.
everything harder was so easy because like he like I had to replace like certain like we had also like a self-washing compartment in our car
Hmm.
wash place where
Yeah.
people could just wash their own cars. And sometimes yeah, some pipes and some things just broke, some
Yeah.
uh and you just yeah, some water hoses and whatever they broke,
Hmm.
and you need to fix them. And all you had to do is like climb up on a ladder. If you had like if you're scared of heights, that could be really scary. But
Hmm.
I trust in humanity to have to make ladders to function as said
Yeah, of
thing,
course.
you know. Like
It
I
actually
don't.
functions.
Yeah,
If it's a
so
ladder, it should function as a ladder.
yeah, like I'm just like we have so many things that just work. Why wouldn't this work? And I can just go up there and just do the stuff and then fix it and just go down. And for me, that was not hard and not engaging because it
Hmm.
was not hard. Again, I only just took
Most
one
things
more
are.
responsibility on me. It didn't
Yeah.
make it harder. And then those things build up, and at some point, you just learn a lot of stuff, but you have nothing. They're not hard, so you didn't really learn. It was just something you
You
had to
did
do.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like something extra you had to do. And that's like you get paid a lot by working at a car wash. The problem is it you get paid a lot because it's not engaging. There is not much to do. And then I like asked like maybe I could go to
You're
the
getting
in
paid
like yeah,
for
maybe
actually wasting your time there.
yeah, but like I could like I asked like maybe I could go into the repair like side of it, and maybe I could do there something. And then they said like yeah, but we have a lot of busy stuff right now and repair stuff, and we have no time for that stuff. And I was like yeah, for me then what there it was over. If I can't grow in a
I can
if
prove.
I can't grow in a workspace, I instantly basically just um I am already over that
Hmm.
because that just stuns me. I can't be stunned. If if something stuns me, it's just like not me. Goodbye.
Yeah, but that's very specific to you because you're just not happy being stagnant with something, and that's like fair. Yeah, if you have that motivation, yeah, fucking go for it, dude. That's amazing.
No,
but
it's
but
literally how I function.
yeah, but some people also just say, yeah, this is fine. This is
Oh,
nice to have.
I am aware of that. Fully
And
aware of that.
also, people, a lot of people also get into the mindset of, okay, I can just work here for like 5 years, and they'll eventually see how good I'm doing, and then I'll actually get some form of a management position or whatever.
I don't.
But Yeah, that's like a lot of different like but that's the beautiful thing about it. There's actually a lot of options like how you choose to live. Like
Mm.
you can also just like try to grow radically. Like I know if
Yeah.
I like I'll grow right now, and if I get stagnant, like what the fuck am I even doing here? Because I'm more capable than
Oh
this, right?
yes. I want to talk about instantly something else.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
nah, it's not something else. It's the idea of work.
Yeah, that's
How
fine.
people progress in life, and
Hmm.
how people are so delusioned, or especially the older generation, so delusioned in that
Oof. Here we
how
go.
how how people's value is accounted by how much education they have. That's
Ooh, okay.
such an old idea. Like now, such an old it's an old idea because we now can do so much stuff just by learning it from the internet, and
True.
we have
That's pretty
almost
crazy.
so much information everywhere. We can
Yeah, we
pick
can
up
just like
everything. We don't have to go to the library and stuff. Like we can just literally at home do everything. We can order all the stuff to learn everything to our own house, and we don't have to have an education
yeah,
for
man.
it.
Like my rabbit had a tumor, so I just decided, like, so fun, like, why pay the vet if I just can learn it on YouTube? And
I'm
I actually just did it. I fucking have like found a way to create my own synthetic and just put that motherfucker to sleep, and just there's a little kitchenware,
I
and then
love
just
that
try
joke,
your
but that's
best.
not what I meant.
I mean, come on.
No, I
I
was
mean,
clearly
if
talking
you're
about the
really,
value of it, man. Like what
yeah,
I'm
I know.
really like we value education, like like older people value education as so much, like that is their idea of progression, of like
That makes
being
sense, though, doesn't
rich.
it?
But I know it does, but it's false. It's not really
Yeah, it's not
true.
true anymore.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
the
really
thing.
true anymore. And it was probably in the past because that was the only way of learning a lot, because we didn't
Mm.
have the internet, because like the internet gives us so much abilities, so much power, and so much
Yeah,
information.
but we're also kind of blessed. Like we live in the Netherlands. Like we have a system we've had a long time where like children just get like access to like local libraries where they also just like have like infinite knowledge, or and I am not infinite
Yeah, but
knowledge, but
like
like a
we're all,
large amount of
aren't we
knowledge.
already speaking in the context of the Netherlands? Because if we go speak in the context of other like countries,
Yeah,
then we're
that's pretty
talking about
crazy.
slavery and stuff, man. Like
Oh,
that's just
ooh,
weird, and
yeah,
like
that's true.
that's completely out of our
Touche,
context,
touche.
right? Like if we're going there, like that's a complete whole other philosophy. We can't do that because we are not in that
We're here
philosophy.
to listen. We're doing this podcast to spiral out. Am I right? Like we're
Oh
just fucking
yes, we do.
spiraling about everything. Like who the fuck cares?
Yeah, but like when like we're talking about the when we have the freedom to there are also a lot of people that don't have the freedom, and that's what I said when I said people that live to paycheck, like they don't
Yeah, that's
have the
hard. It's
freedom
a hard
of
reality.
working, like they don't have the freedom of just choosing something else. Like I said, I'm appreciate, like I love that I have the opportunity to just be like, I have a lot of money that I just can set to the side and not think about. And I
Hmm.
love that I'm not a compulsive goddamn money
Yep.
spender. I also have, oh my god, addiction. I am so happy I don't have any addiction. Like there are so many things I'm so grateful for that I
Dude, I'm
don't
really addicted
have,
to
and that
like
makes my
breathing in
life.
oxygen like about like every like couple of like fucking seconds. To be honest, like I can't help myself, dude. Like, do you know? I don't know. I feel like I just if I wouldn't do it, I'll just die. Get it? You get it? Do you get it? And that's hard, dude. That's a hard reality I have to live with every day.
I get it. I do. I mean, facts.
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 What kind of like?
Sample it. Facts.
Just that's just a fact. But yeah, like so let's go back to the stress that idea can create. That you don't have the freedom of like choosing your job, and how that can affect your household in many ways. Like
Yep.
if you're a mother or a father, like if you're like the whole day you've been busy with working and working, like you won't have any energy left, especially if you're not like well engaged in your job and it doesn't feel like a
Yeah.
job. It feels like a job. Like it actually feels like a job instead of like something you just do for fun and you get paid for.
Yeah, but
That
the most beautiful the thing is when you're able to recharge in any way when you get home, like having actually like wanting to come home with the people you love to recharge, and then just transcend that like feeling of having no energy. Because that's a special thing. Because sometimes your body is like completely exhausted, your mind is mostly exhausted, and somehow you just like in like when you're a parent, you somehow find a way to still like fully care for your children, right? And then you
of
just like when
course.
you get together, you just fucking TP into like the
That's the
sleep
that's the
realms like
power
in a
of
couple of
beauty. But
seconds.
that's the power of love. That's a different
Yeah, it is.
energy. That's a different energy. We're
Yeah,
talking
but
about the
that's what we need to foster, man.
the
Like that's what we
fourth
have less of.
source. It's the
Yeah,
fourth
that's actually
source.
this is the hidden sauce, man. This that Szechuan sauce.
Oh
Like that's
man.
the real Szechuan sauce.
No,
We've
no,
been looking into
no,
the wrong
no,
places, guys.
no. You know, like it's crazy that like, but that's what you also have to factor in, right? Like if you have a household and there are parents that like got when people get into a life that they didn't choose and they got slingshotted into, man,
Yeah,
it's so hard to
when
feel
life gets
love.
crazy.
It's so
Yeah,
hard to feel love then because there
yeah,
are
I
people
know.
like, come on, if you're in like in Texas, I think right now, like, and you
Oof.
have to have that child,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like how it's gonna be really hard to care about that child because
Ooh, yeah. Now you're really talking about crazy shit. Okay,
yeah, but
yeah,
like
that's
that is that
you're right.
dynamic that is gonna be happening because you have
Yeah.
to probably like work to like
Hmm.
keep them alive, but you also like you never wanted to be them to be alive in the first place. So that just fucks with your head.
Yeah, that's true.
And
But that's some yeah. That's when you need the people you care about the most, man. Just actually learn to accept your reality and rediscover love again,
but
even when it seems impossible.
you can't find love when it is not around you. You need to be inspired by the love
Exactly.
around
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. No. No. That's actually totally right, dude. If there's no like love around you and it's just like
That
doesn't exist, you don't know what you're looking for. Exactly. Like that's like the interesting about thing about it. Like you don't know what you're looking for, and you don't know what you need in those
you know
moments,
you know what's
and then you
funny?
just find yourself
This is
lost.
what I found out recently because I was like reading a lot of financial and social sociology books.
Yeah.
Man, it was so weird to find out. I was just like looking at statistics and like how people function. And I mean, poor people are the most people that have abortions, like have children and whatever, right?
Yeah.
That happens faster. But you would think like, huh, why is that? You would think like, yeah, because they're financially that they need better education and they need to like, but who is doing that? Is that the parents? Is that the social behavior? Is that the environment? I mean, it's a beautiful mix of everything. But then
Mm,
you really find out it's the idea of time and how people use time because
yeah.
no, like when you look at it fundamentally,
Hmm.
people with more time will have made decisions that are probably things they have to bring with them their whole life. People with no time will not have time to make a decision. So they
Hmm.
have to live with it anyway. So you have like there's also like complete different circumstances where people get like into the criminal space and that sort of stuff, but
Oof, yeah, that's true.
that still comes with the idea of like having time to think about those things.
Mm.
Um but like when you're rich, imagine you're a rich child, your parents are gonna put you to do a lot of stuff, man. They're always
Yeah.
like, you need to go to school. Yes, you need to go to school. You need to have good grades. You need to have good grades. You need to go to the sport. You need to do tennis. You need to do golf. You need to do these activities with friends, because networking is really important and family is important, and we're healthy, so we are also really in love, and we also provide with a lot of safety and that sort of stuff. So you get also addicted to that safety of that
Wait,
you
did you
have
just
like
say addicted?
yes, you can get addicted to
Whoa.
safety.
Uh, yeah, I guess you can. Yeah.
L-
Okay, sure.
Like
My bad. I just found it really specific. Just had to ask.
oh yeah, no, it's like there are so many factors, but like you have never time to like make that child if you're like rich. Like you don't have the time to think about that,
No,
man.
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Like you don't have the time. You have so much other things that play around in your life that like that child is like not even an option. Like even healthy households in like poor houses, like they have more time to have children a lot of the
Yeah.
time than rich people, because they have so much more on their plate.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
crazy because
interesting thing.
when you're rich, you automatically get forced into responsibilities,
Yeah.
like really fast. Even if you think like you have privilege, you don't have to care about money, and you don't have to stress about this and that. But with that comes also you'll probably have a better education. But with that education, you have a lot more responsibility on you.
Yeah.
You might work as an electrician, but you also can be like a electrician manager, like the one up of that, and that might be your
Yeah,
education.
managing the electricians.
Exactly, right? And that might be your role, because you got the bigger education. You get to go to the university. You didn't go to just a college, which is
Yeah, yeah. I'm getting what you're trying to say. Like, you get a certain degree, so you know more. So you should, because you know more, you should have more responsibility, and that's about right. Yeah, that is what is happening. Like with higher education, and
and
that's a good point. That you see that everywhere here in the Netherlands.
yes.
Like everyone's highly educated. Like, whoa, okay, and that somehow also creates a new problem because yeah, less time to have kids and less people actually having to do the grind,
Mhm.
and that's exactly what you're saying.
Yes, and that's why I also have a concern of like households even existing, because people don't even have the time to care about a household. That's why like marriage is like all going down. Like nobody's marrying anymore. Nobody's putting that
Yep.
commitment, because they always live in the what if. Like it's crazy. It's so
And people just
crazy.
really lose
Also,
themselves in like the daily
like
fucking grind.
well, even that, like also the factor of like climate change, that fear, people like also get induced
Yeah,
to like,
people
oh
get
my
just get
god, my
stunned.
children will live into hell, what have we done? Like I'm scared of like breeding. Like let's just live till the end of life and not care about children, because yeah, I can't put a child to this world where they have to every day have to think about climate change and be busy with that. I'm aware of that issue and I get it,
Yep.
but we always had something that we had to like be scared of. Why didn't we stop then to have child? I was like, just just fucking go ahead and get your child. We'll see what happens
Yeah,
after.
go get them
Yeah,
at the store. Like it's like
go
four
buy
ninety
them
nine. What do you mean? It's on
for
sale.
99.
Yeah, for the whole like winter. Like you have to January the 2nd
Yeah, you know,
actually.
like I am honestly like I think this is the best thing that we can do as humans. We have to
Buy
like
your children at the
but
store. It's
let
most organic.
honestly, if you're
Come on, guys.
rich and you don't have a child and you don't want to have a child, adopt a child. Like maybe even for like a short
Yeah, I'm actually
vacation.
really for like
Yeah,
for adopting children. That's good
like
stuff.
maybe for like a short weekend, or like a month off, or like for vacation. Like let them have a little bit of life, so they can know what they can like, what they can live and what they can have.
Nobody chooses to be alive, so help those people like who also didn't choose to be alive,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Make them useful because they want to be useful.
Yeah.
We all want to be useful
Everybody
deep,
wants to
deep
be
down.
useful. Like
Yeah, for
it,
sure.
let's get down to the beautiful. Now we're talking about this already, so let's talk
We're now
about this.
inoculated.
The
Let's talk
idea
about
of
this.
like commercialism, corporate bad and good. Because
Okay.
when we say bad and good, people have to understand that when what you think that other people do that they like that they do you think are bad, they think is good, and it they might have their own valid reasons and you might have your own valid reasons. The only way to really understand what's good is to understand what other people think is good and bad. And when you have a corporate like you have a big corp that tells you a lot of having a lot of money is good because it gives you safety in life. Okay. Okay, now you have stockpiled all the money. What does that do to the value of money? I don't know. Well, there is less money to go around, so the economy goes down. So
Yeah.
why did you stockpile that money? That's bad, I think. So
I don't like having negative interest in my bank account. That's like weird. Like, come on, what's going on, guys?
yeah, but negative
Something.
interest because people stockpile money,
Yeah,
and
of course.
I think it's nothing wrong to stockpile money, but people have to.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, but people have to look at it realistically.
Yeah.
Um, People think when you have 100K in their bank, that's like safe. That's good. No, that's not.
Yeah, and
Let me
it's
tell
get
you
back
why.
in the economy, yeah, because
Yeah, let me
people,
tell
other
you
people need
why
it.
this is not a good case. When you want to buy a house, yes, you need to pay a lot of money up front, especially in the Netherlands, then you're fucked. I recommend you put that money like in other things. Like really other things. Don't just
Valuable
let them
things.
be in their bank. Buy stuff with it. Let that money go back into the financial world. Let other people like heal the economy. You don't have to do it, but all you have to do is spend money to heal the economy. Because the idea of stockpiling money is just a value number. Like it's like what is $10? It's one gram of gold. Okay, 10 years later, what is $10? 0.1 grams of gold. Oh, what happened there? Wait, why did I stockpile all this money? My value went so much down. Oh no! Was it because I didn't spend my money? Maybe because if we stockpile money and we have to print more money, the value of money goes down. It's like
Yeah, but that's kind of good that you're talking about this, and that's also kind of what's happening with like how we pay like artists now with Patreon, Twitch donations, whatever, right? You're
artists
actually
have a
just
lot
you're just
completely
giving the
different
money
problem.
back. Yeah, it's of course, yeah, of course, but you're giving back to the people that need it. And who are also like providing value, right?
But
But the fucking economy game like doesn't do like pay them anything. So like the individuals has to do take on that fucking front now.
people are obsessed with safety because why shouldn't you? But I think the sense of a lot of people of safety is just wrong. Like to the both ends. Like
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
there are people that think like money doesn't matter. I just need to spend it instantly. And there are also people that think like, "Oh no, I need to like really be obsessive about how much money I put to the side because I want to do stuff later in my life. What if you die tomorrow?"
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Like my problem with all this is like, hey, there are those people that just keep on spending their money. Like, yes, if you die tomorrow, it doesn't fucking matter. And then there are those people that like
That is a
stockpile the money, and then
thought
there's
pattern
like,
that a lot of people take on. Actually, yeah, it's a
but
good one.
the problem is issues don't go away.
Nope.
Money problems just don't go away, and the safety makes sense. The problem is there is too safe can be bad, not only for you but for the people around you, and not being safe can also be really bad, not only for you
Yeah.
but also the people around you. When you start not lending money to your friends or people around you, like to help them with their life, and they get sad overall in like their status, like they need to be stressed and they need to do something and that stuns them, like being from actually being productive,
Yeah,
that's a problem.
that's the
And
problem.
you were so obsessed with having that money in your safe, and you're so obsessed with putting that to the side that you like you're actually like stunning society go forward. It's a conservative idea, the idea of safety. But the
Yeah,
people that just try to give out everything every month, if you die, that house still needs to get paid. That mortgage still needs to get paid. That insurance still needs to get paid. Maybe you get paid a lot, but your children, your wife, or your husband won't. And they're set with that problem. So
yeah,
how
it's
they.
kind of funny how those things work, right? Because you actually need, like, for a lot of households, you actually need two working engines to make the whole reality like possible.
Yes. And that's the central idea of
Somebody
it.
has to do a hat trick.
Like we need to understand that when we talk about safety, like yes, I want to be able to pay my daughters and sons college or whatever, but I live in the Netherlands. I don't have to care about
We
that.
don't have to deal with this.
Right? Like but like in America, like that's a big problem. Insurance,
That
that's a
is.
big problem. And when you get
Yeah.
obsessive about stockpiling money, and you have to like
Yeah.
like at some point you just see like, wow, if you don't have money, you're fucked.
That's
And
kind of interesting because that have really fucks with like the human psyche about
it's
like with
yes, it
survival, about
does.
survival.
Especially when you just like you can't even fight for your money. You have to like work. You do have to like
Yep.
do stuff. Like you're not doing stress. Like you're not doing stuff that you engage with and it's hard. And like I mean,
It's
those exist.
mind-numbingly stupid.
Exactly. And when it's mind numbing, like even if you get the money, it's like you look at people that like sit at desks and like talk to
Yeah,
their phones and like have big suits and have like
yeah,
beautiful
the
cars and
cubicle
they work
life.
like big huge companies.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a funny life to have. Like
but
actually really
but
live
you
in that.
only have like how much time of your life are you living? What are you
Yep.
doing with that money? Like you
Hey,
earn a
like,
lot of
if you
money.
enjoy yourself, if you think, yeah, actually, like I like working with numbers every day, I guess, like good for you, right?
Yeah, of course.
But
But
that's
we're not
good.
talking
That's
about
also, yeah,
like
if it goes wrong.
let's talk about the good then, right? We're now going at the bad. Like I am going at the financial at the bad, right?
The bad
Let's
train,
talk about the
the
good.
evil
Like
train.
you know,
Yeah,
like I
if
said,
you enjoy that life and you come
right?
home with like actually with a healthy amount of like stress from your like actual intensity of working and thinking, good. Yeah, that's good because you can relax that shit off. But when it becomes too much and like it becomes a burden and then a burden for to your family, yeah, that then you're going on the bad train again. Because there needs to be a balance. Like it needs to be worth something. Like working for your life, it should
Yeah.
be all right, but and it should be acceptable. Like
Mm-hmm.
at your standards. Just be honest to yourself. If you just know
It
if you're happy with it or not.
well, my question to you, Mike. I think this is the place where you factor in, and not me. I think our body wants to do things. We want to be busy. And I think in our biology, it's also important to do stuff, like just stuff anyhow. And when it, like, we get this beautiful idea of, like, being functional, of, like, productive, when it's also, when we also see instantly what we're doing, right? When I, like, when you look at, like, what is a good example? When I would work in like a bar, or if I would work in a bar or a restaurant, that's
Yeah,
instant feedback. That's
yeah,
instant feedback. And if like that's really easy to like a job like that is really easy
engagement.
to like because it's really engaging, because you
Yeah,
have to be engaged, because you have to be interested, and you have to care, because you have to show that to be a good server, to be.
yeah. It's a nice lifestyle if you
Yeah,
enjoy what you're doing. Yeah, of
exactly.
course.
It's not that hard, but if you're in a cubicle and you have to like
Yeah,
write 50 sheets of like numbers and whatever, hey, you can also like that. Hey, you can
Yeah,
also like that.
exactly.
That might
Yeah,
be
yeah,
also
some people
productive.
just
But
really love that. Yeah.
you get your feedback at the end of the week, like a lot further away, because you were like, oh, I did those numbers wrong. Damn it, I'll do it again. It's how people want to be productive depends on everyone and how they want to do it. It's great. But there is a level and most of us already feel productive. And that's what you said like a while ago. There are people that like to just work an easy job
Yep.
and don't have to do much. And that's what I mean. Like there are people that feel like really productive when they do that certain job and like
Yeah, exactly.
and that's great. That's good for them. That's if that
Yeah,
works
they
for
should
you.
be able
That's
to have that.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like look, we had like for the longest time when we go into the past, like we were farmers for the longest time. We were hunters for the longest time. Those things that's just in our body that just like
Mhm.
we need to be like doing stuff 24/7. We
And
had
we
that
can do
life.
stuff where we actually get good at and actually excel at. Like that would be great if you have something and you find it easy to enjoy those activities. Yeah, why not get like really fucking good at them, right?
But how does that affect like your body in a sense? Like being busy, feeling productive. How does that affect your body? Do you know that? Or is that
I mean,
beyond the span of knowledge you have right now?
no, no. I mean, like if you think about it, like you start to do things. You're more active. You wake up. You're already like prepared to do those things. And if you're actually really like excited or you like it, then your mindset should be like, yeah, I'm going to do my best, right? It's like actually like kind of the same as going to the gym. You just go there, like, and if it becomes a pattern, you go there like want to go there and you want to get good at it. And like the first thing that's gonna happen, like if it's like actual like performing like an amount of energy, so like let's say like you're working with like animals or you create stuff, let's say you're a blacksmith, of course your body is going to adapt for that activity. You're going to use like a specific like line of muscles, like maybe you use like like the piece of your chest and your like bicep to some degree and like a specific parts of your underarms, and those muscles will grow and then it will get more adapted to that line of work you're doing. So in that sense you're already going to adapt in those things, and those things are just going to get easier because you'll be able to you're going to be able to perform those activities more easily when your body gives you all the fucking glucose it needs, and of all like the patterns in your head like connecting to those like specific nerves. They'll just like thick with like they'll like grow those that fat line that yeah, it's fat lining around those neurons, so that electricity can like move faster through there, right? And if that feels good to you and you enjoy that process, you enjoy that, you seeing yourself improve in those specific things, and that's your line of work. Yeah, why shouldn't that like be sufficient for your soul as well, right?
I wanted to draw back to the idea of like if you like playing games, um, nearly all, literally all games are based on the idea of progression. Um,
Yep.
you always progress something when you're playing a game. You're progressing the story, you're progressing your level, you're progressing your
Your interaction
experience
with
in a level.
buttons,
You
your
in,
reaction time,
yes, you get
or whatever.
better, you improve in your mechanics, you improve in how like the situations, you get better at adapting to situations, you just learn so much and you can see how that can correlate with a lot of things in
Oh,
your
oh wait,
life.
could you give me a second? Like, this is actually a really fun thing to actually bring up. Like how we like like started this conversation like at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And here's like a thing you actually see fundamentally like as a difference between like males and females. Like males like actually really like interacting like with like stuff, so beginning to become better in actual stuff like physical work, right? But women, like, also, if you bring this back to like video games, like men prefer playing like mechanical games like Dark Souls, or like becoming better in like League of Legends or whatever. But what I hear a lot about women, like, they like story based games. So I hear like moms who actually like love like the whole Assassin's Creed games, have played every single one of them, because they interact, they do the same stuff, but they like interact with stories, the stories between characters, and they're just really busy with like story tropes and like interactions between
You know
characters, and
what's
that's
funny?
and those pathways, those like increase and get better and more efficient as well, and that's why they like also just choose a whole different like suit of work for themselves.
Yeah, this
And that's
was
how the whole picture like comes together.
this is like a thing I read. I don't know what this is, but it was really funny. It was an article about how women like their content of like sexual content in
Oh yeah,
literature. Like they like it more in literature than that
yeah.
guys want. Guys are more into the like
Yeah,
actual.
men are like busy with visualization,
Yeah, exactly. It was really
and
interesting to me.
women, they like to read their pornographic material. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I read
that
that
makes,
somewhere and it was
and
really
that's the
interesting.
same explanation.
Yeah.
That's exactly the same explanation.
Like how you get your dopamine. Yeah, I like to read a lot and I like to no, but I
Yeah,
love like I
people
think
like how they want to interact with stuff, right?
but I think what weird is about me personally. Oh, me alert.
Ego, that, never mind.
No, I'm
Oh,
like I just like I when I like look at any content, for me it's also really important that the story is engaging. If it's mechanical, I only can endure it if I do it with friends. If it's like there are so many things that I just don't do, but like
oh,
normal
you're calling yourself a
gender
sissy, mate?
normal gender narrative normal cis male uh like like I don't care about those things. Like I'm just
You
like
shouldn't.
we are
No one
saying
should.
male and female, but we should also talk about right now like the idea of what our opinion is about the idea of gender. I know there is a lot of politics around it, but we should like
We
just
are all one.
yeah, like
The same fucking
we
creature,
just
man.
use
Chill.
labels for group of ideas, okay? We like everybody that like gets offended, like there's
Yeah,
probably gonna be somebody that says like, oh no, they used female male and they said women do this stuff and male does this stuff. We're talking about what we do
in
dominantly, okay?
yeah.
There are
Well,
people that
most
do
people do. Well, when you
exactly.
take a step back, look at numbers, like abstractly. Like,
Yeah.
if you have a certain like pathology of thinking, yeah, great. If you find your thing, that's amazing, dude. I love it. Go be yourself
Oh no, you
more.
said dude. Oh shit,
Person,
girl, a person. Yeah,
person.
man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No,
Be yourself.
yeah, be yourself. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, we're
Don't
just
get.
talking like in specific
Yeah, we're
context.
not attached to the idea of gender.
No, at all.
If somebody told me I'm a woman, I am a woman. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah, Shine was a
Sure,
beautiful woman.
who cares?
I'll do
At
your
some point,
best. Be
we
independent.
just use
Be
words to
inspiring.
like identify and understand things. Okay, if I say income, if you don't know what income is, well, look it up. You'll see what income is, and that's why we use income for that word. We all chose to make that word mean that certain thing. Okay, like
Yeah, we just like to communicate, and like we
yeah,
don't really just read into things that
yeah,
too much.
that's a
Like,
good one.
come on.
We just like
Yeah,
to like communicate. Okay,
yeah. Let us
when
fucking
people just
communicate, dude.
when people just make up 50,000 words that identify themselves with, I'm just like, good. Explain them to me so I can understand you, because I have never heard of these words. And I can't be
Yeah,
aware of the million
yeah.
words we have in our vocabulary, because we do have million words, and
And for
I
those
probably
people who likes to define shit, like this explanation we're giving now, I'm gonna give it a term, a spirinellum. Like, I just made it up right now, and I'm gonna use it in the future because now it's my term, and I'll use this to communicate. This is spirinellum. Good luck. Good luck.
Like,
It starts here.
we'll have Spirinellum.
We're just communicating in Spirinellum. Come on, guys.
Is we like to approach the spirits, okay? We like to approach.
Yeah.
That's why it's called
That's
Spirinellum.
obviously that's like obviously where that word comes from.
Yeah,
because
obviously.
we're literate. We're illiterate. Come on, man.
Illiterate? No, illiterate.
Illiterate.
Literate. Okay.
Come on, guys. Spirinellum. You know what I mean.
Just like looking at this, like, when you just say something like that, I'm just like, life is so dumb. Just like,
Life is dumb.
oh
Dude,
man.
have you seen like Rick and Morty season 6? Like
No,
like,
I haven't. I have to.
Oh,
I
dude,
need to.
you should watch it because they make a lot of jokes about like being a podcaster like now like in different episodes, and I'm just laughing my ass off because yes, everyone's a podcaster. Like we don't give a fuck anymore. Everyone's a podcaster. Just do it, fucker. Just communicate.
Yeah, just communicate.
Have the
Just
balls.
talk, lol.
Yeah, just talk a little, please. It ain't that hard. Come on, man.
Yeah, but let's pedal back a bit. Let's pedal back.
Yeah. The integration of all parents in the workforce. Yes. The Spirinellum.
Ooh, man. I'm gonna write that down, and I'm gonna fucking
do it.
How are we gonna write it down?
Okay, I'm the founder of the word.
Yeah, that's why. Yes.
P.
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
R.
R.
E.
I.
L.
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 L. Ooh, the double L.
U.
U. Okay.
M. Spirellum.
Spirillum.
Spirellum. Yeah, let's just added like apostrophe.
Oh, you said E.
Like,
okay, Spirellum.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
okay,
Spirellum.
Oh, I'm
Spirellum.
Spirellum. Okay, I will.
Good
I
luck.
will remember this. This will be hilarious. We're gonna bring
Good
this
luck.
along every episode, and
then we'll ask.
It's gonna it's gonna be our
leave a
world.
comment if you know what Spirellum means, and then better prepare yourselves. Come on,
You know
guys.
what will be funny? Like we'll have like a group of people that only understand that word. Like we'll have in the end
Do you
we'll
know
have
what
our own language with own words that are just so much better than the normal words. At some point we'll have like
language. Yeah, go fuck yourselves.
our words gonna be like in the dictionary.
You obviously don't watch the Ones Who Ask podcast. You fucking bigot.
You don't know what Spirellum is. You know,
Cringe.
like if people don't know what it is, please just tell them like they have to watch this. Okay, like that's our marketing. Okay, that's gonna.
Yeah. That is our. What, you didn't get that like fucking Szechuan sauce like it was actually decoded to mean like love from this specific episode of the podcast? Yeah, wow.
It's just lol.
Illiterate.
Oh man. It's just the sauce.
Illiterate motherfucker.
Oh, we need the sauce, man. We need more sauce in our life.
Everyone needs. Yeah, that's like the conclusion we have drawn today. Like,
yeah, we just
everyone needs the Szechuan sauce.
I think even like if everybody works, as long as you have time to be together, like I think that's the greatest what we can look for, right? That's,
we should connect more.
Yeah, I think the
with
best
people around us.
Like I think the best way to do it is like you know what I've been neglecting like when I eat at night and like food at night, like I don't sit together with people while eating. I think I'm just gonna look for that. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, dude, that's actually what I've been doing more and recently.
Yeah.
I just fucking eat dinner with people, like, and we just do shit, like watch shit. Doesn't matter.
I think that's the best way to do it. Like even if you
Dinner
have to
with
like go
friends.
away after, like
Yeah,
dinner
that's
with
the whole
people.
conclusion of that's the whole conclusion of this episode. The whole like this is how you fix the integration of all parents in the workforce. You just eat dinner.
You just eat dinner with everybody in your house, with everybody, like because that's just we should make that like in the past. Like, come on, when people ate, it was a feast, man. They were always together, chanting, singing. Like you
should be happy to have food every day.
Like just like
Be grateful. Come on.
Everybody has to eat anyway, so let's take that moment and just use it to spiral and expand our sauce. Okay.
Wait. Thank you for those beautiful words. Oh, my
man.
Messiah.
Oh,
thank
man.
you, my Lord.
Oh,
Spiral.
spiralum.
Spiral.
Oh man.
Oh, nice, good shit. but for sure though, like I'm just totally serious right now. Zero irony right now. Come on, guys, just fucking like appreciate your friends around you. Everyone wants.
friends. Everybody
Everyone
around you.
wants. Yeah, they just wants just a little piece of love, man. Just give them to them. Just fucking eat dinner together and like fucking go watch something like amazing.
If you
Something
have
you'll
a friend
remember.
that you know for the longest time that you have like never hugged or never touched, fucking give them a hug next time you meet
Fucking,
them.
fucking touch him. Nah, with consent, people. Come on, chill.
I'm
chill.
not talking about like
Just being really like
if they don't appreciate your hug though, like talk that out. Interesting.
yeah,
That's an
let's
interesting
talk about
thing.
it. Yeah, talk about
because if somebody refuses to take hugs, there's something going on there, right? Like because that's such a like basic level of showing love. I think giving a hug.
Yeah,
Like if people can't hug, man, there is a problem there, and you should talk it out. And it
Yeah,
might
for
be
sure.
like some people just have like I'm assuming there are like a few people that really have a lot of problems with touching anybody or like having the sense of somebody touching them, like with traumas and PTSD and whatever. Like I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming
If one of you who are listening just find yourselves being that person, hey, there's enough room and time probably just to figure yourself out, man. Come on, it's never too late. Just do it. Just find someone. It's just you can do it.
do it. Fix
you're
all
able
your
to listen-
problems, dude.
If you,
Just
no, but listen, if
switch.
you're able to have the time to listen to a fucking stupid podcast, I mean, come on, you have time to actually like start integrating yourself with like and reconnecting with people
Yeah,
again.
I
It's
agree.
never
I
too
think
late.
I think there is a lot to trying to just spread your emotions with
Yeah.
love, your pain. Like everybody feels stuff, man. Even if you
Yeah,
think they
even
don't.
women should be able to manspread.
Yes.
Yeah.
And spread
Yeah,
the
they should.
sauce.
Oh my god. Yeah, spread this. That was so disgusting. No.
That's
No.
your brain doing it. You made up
I
the word.
know, but that kind of makes it more funny though. Oh,
Yes,
it's
it
worth it.
does.
It's worth it. I don't care.
Man.
And spread the sauce.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be our conclusion of today's podcast.
Yeah, spread the sauce.
That we all need to use our spirellum and our
Yes, use your spirellum.
and we have to like add more sauce to our life and to
Yeah.
other people's life.
But maybe like think of seconds, like just an extra little second when you're like want to eat it with chicken nuggets, because like I don't know, man, I don't know like that industry really deserves your respect.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean,
just
that's.
saying.
I mean, you can like eat it with like lettuce. Lettuce.
My bad.
Lettuce.
With lettuce. Lettuce. It
Lettuce.
fixes everything. Just lettuce.
Lettuce. Nah, I think we should like that. There should
We should
be
have a
something-
little talk about regenerative growth in the future. That's important
that
stuff
could
right
be
there.
interesting. That
Yeah.
is a thing we could talk about definitely. But
We
I
should.
think the main conclusion to like what would be a good thing for people integrating everybody integrating to the workforce, all parents, all people, is having that sacred moment together still, like making that opportunity. Maybe it's a board game you play at night, maybe there is a show you watch, maybe there is like food, like maybe you don't have time to eat food at the same time, but like you can always just eat something in the middle of the day or in the midday and then wait till you eat all together at night. That's also a possibility. It's like life is so versatile. There's so many things you can do. Just find the thing people want to do do together and just do it. Make it a sort of ritual, a moment for your engagement and adding sauce to the world.
Yeah, add sauce to the world. That's important. But also just like and like in also there's just in general just everything like everything you do in life like working on your body, working on yourself, working on your relationship, actual work. Everything deserves its respect and needs its time, but you just gotta get that balance right. Because if there's not a balance in those things, you will feel it
You,
sooner or later.
yeah, you won't go into the spirellum. You'll
Yeah,
just get out
you'll
of the
never.
spirellum.
Yeah, you'll never get out of the spirellum.
You'll get out of the spirellum. Like you won't get
Yeah,
into it.
but our spirellum like in context like that makes sense because that's what
Yeah.
spirellum means.
Yeah.
Don't forget now. Come on,
Don't forget what
we're just
spirellum
playing
means.
with your head. Come on,
Please,
chill.
please.
Just
Oh,
chill.
man. You know
It's
what?
alright. It's ending now.
It's not a
The episode's
problem.
ending now.
Hey, it's not a problem if you don't forget if you forget spirellum, okay? But it's a problem if you forget the sauce. Never forget the sauce.
Yeah, never forget the sauce. That's the
Good-
most important thing you should
goodbye,
take with
people.
you. Yeah.
Well,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
I love you. You
Love
should
you.
love everyone in your life as well.